I'm Robert P. Fitton, and this is a quick synopsis of the strange death of Dr. Povitch. Jones has only been living back east less than a year. It's winter time in Hamilton, New Hampshire. The sub-zero temperatures and ample snowfall are not the best conditions to meet Jones's professor friend, Fred Dempsey, and his mentor, the world-renowned Dr. Sergei Povitch. The clear, cold skies do make for excellent viewing, though, atop Mount Polaris, east of Hamilton. With Jones in his Jeep is his star basketball player, Duff Davis. Of course, security has left the gate padlocked with a rigid cable chain. The only way to open the gate to the mountain observatory is to wait for the incompetent, the bumbling, and always verbose security cop, Bucky Driscoll, who has the body shape of a Franklin stove and the memory of a snow squall in Hamilton Bay. His first official act is to lose the key to the padlock in the snowdrift. Then he tells Jones that his sister wants to go out with him. Jones cringes, and it's not from the cold. Bucky then spends the better part of the next hour as Fred shows up, and then Dr. Povitch hammering the lock with a sledgehammer. He manages to smash the sledgehammer into the front light of Fred Dempsey's van. Povitch has a key, however, and now as Bucky commences to hacksaw the padlock from the chain, everyone settles inside the observatory. Bucky finally enters the observatory sometime later and blurts out, "Hey, where's the head? I've got to go so bad I can taste it." That's pretty gross. Povitch ascends to the observatory platform with his mentored student, Duff Davis. Then the unthinkable happens. Dr. Povitch collapses on the upper platform, and Povitch is dead. The ever suspicious Jones finds out later that the late Dr. Povitch had a heart condition. But that's not all he's finding out. Now is where things start to get interesting. Povitch's wife is dead, and Elsie McIntyre, an art professor, much younger than Povitch, stands to inherit all his considerable estate. Also, Duff has shared an intimate secret with the doctor, which could have got him expelled from school and worse. And old Fred Dempsey has stolen something valuable from Povitch, where he stands to be set for life. And then the shocker of shockers. Jones's close friend, Father Jim Gallagher, has had a running and quite hateful feud with foundation money that was awarded to Povitch. Gallagher thinks unjustly and maybe illegally. And where did Dr. Sergei Povitch eat his last meal? At Father Gallagher's rectory, St. Bart's Parish in Prince William, New Hampshire. And I shouldn't share this, but someone else gets murdered. And Povitch was indeed murdered. Elsie McIntyre is playing games with the autopsy, and Fred Dempsey is answering the phone saying, "Hello, cutie." Let's take a time out. The reckless Arnie Dewars is on the loose with his Dewars lumber truck, snowplow attached, running onto property and knocking over mailboxes. Also, enter Coco Stefani, Jones's best bud and friend of Father Gallagher. Coco is triggered for several days by Bucky, who he calls, "Hey, rodent." Plus, Bucky, who is convinced he's a genius, loses valuable evidence. And now, back to the story. We find out what killed Dr. Povitch. But Father Gallagher isn't going to wait around at St. Bart's to be run out of town on a rail by the bishop. So we know what killed Povitch, but rest assured, folks, Jones, while he is out with his basketball team, starts to figure out how Povitch was killed. All the while, tough guy Coco is having trouble tolerating Bucky. And how did the art professor buy all those expensive paintings in her house? Now enter Hamilton Fletcher, because the school's reputation is on the line. Hamilton Fletcher, that obsessive control freak, sticks his nose into the investigation. Jones is trying to balance Hamilton Fletcher's orders with his buddy Kevin Phillips' straight-laced police investigation. So let's settle back and have a few beers in the blue neon light of Club Max, with Coco's girls floating around the tables. Then we can find out what Jones will find out, incriminating information about Fred Dempsey. The confusion gets so bad that Herbert Lane, the district attorney, who can't stand Jones and hates him interfering in investigation, approaches Jones for advice. Jones? Well, Lane does arrest one of the suspects, adding to the mess. Using technology, the murderer comes into focus, but it must be proved. Yeah, Jones does go out on a date with Bucky's sister, and Jones is shocked when he learns who killed Dr. Povitch, as strange as it was. The Strange Death of Dr. Povitch is available at Amazon in Kindle and paperback, and the audiobook is at iTunes and audible.com. I'm Robert P. Fitton, and this has been a quick synopsis of The Strange Death of Dr. Povitch.